Peace and welcome to another NBK presentation. I'm your brother Seneb, and in this brief presentation I will be discussing abolition, celebration, and the African Meeting House. Let's get into it. The Act for Prohibiting the Importation of Slaves of 1807, a United States federal law that stated no new slaves were permitted to be imported into the United States. It took effect in 1808, the earliest date permitted by the United States Constitution. In Section 4, it states specifically, take on board or receive or transport from any of the coasts or kingdoms of Africa. In Section 3, page 426, the law identified the mode used for transporting African bodies, and it be further enacted that all and every person so building, fitting out, equipping, loading, or otherwise preparing or sending away any ship or vessel, knowing or intending that the same shall be employed in such business, shall severely forfeit and pay $20,000. Following the passage of the Act, African American communities began to celebrate other forms of abolishment by holding commemoration ceremonies and parades. Examples can be found in places like New York, July 1827, and Massachusetts, July 16, 1821. The African Meeting House was built in 1806 to house the first African Baptist Church of Boston, also known as the first independent black church, and is now the oldest extant black church building in America. The Reverend Thomas Paul, a native of New Hampshire, spearheaded the founding of this church and was the minister until 1829. The African Baptist Church was officially constituted on 8 August 1805 with 24 members, of whom 15 were women. In addition to serving as a spiritual center for the community, the African Meeting House was a chief cultural, educational, political nexus of Boston's black community. The African school held classes in a room on the first floor of the Meeting House from 1808 to 1835, when it moved into the new Abel Smith School. Abolitionists including William Lloyd Garrison, Maria Stewart, Wendell Phillips, Sarah Grimke, and Frederick Douglass all spoke at the Meeting House. The Massachusetts General Colored Association, which was the first abolitionist organization in Boston, met at the African Meeting House. And in 1832, the New England Anti-Slavery Society was founded there. Community celebrations often occurred at the Meeting House, including annual commemorations of Haitian independence in 1803 and the end of the international slave trade in 1807. Reverend Thomas Paul was a Baptist minister in Boston, Massachusetts, affiliated with the African Meeting House and the Education Society for the People of Color. As an abolitionist, he established leadership in the black community and was active in relation with efforts to ameliorate Haiti. In 1815, Paul traveled with Prince Saunders to England in a delegation from the Masonic Lodge of Africans, meeting William Wilberforce and Thomas Clarkson. A topic raised was black immigration to Haiti.
NBK way is NBK all day. NBK way is NBK all day.